Whistling is the only public noise that arrives with its own alibi. The moment it begins, the defense is already prepared. What? I'm just whistling. Exactly. That is what makes it so effective. Whistling allows one person to fill a shared space with a sharp, repetitive sound while behaving as though nothing has happened. And technically, nothing has. No rule has been broken. No insult has been spoken. Someone is simply standing 12 feet away, forcing the same four notes into your consciousness for the 9th consecutive minute. This is why whistling has the structure of passive aggression. Not because every person who whistles is secretly angry. Most whistlers are probably not plotting anything. They may be cheerful. They may be bored. They may have a song stuck in their head. They may be trying to make a trip to the copy machine feel like the opening scene of a musical. But intent is not what makes whistling powerful. Its power comes from the fact that the whistler creates the problem while the listener assumes all the social risk. Imagine you are sitting in an office, a waiting room, or any place where adults have silently agreed not to produce unnecessary noises. Then it starts. A whistle, not a full song. That would almost be impressive. Just a fragment. 3 or 4 notes, repeated with the confidence of a person who believes the room has been waiting for a soundtrack. At first, you ignore it. This is what civilized people do. You continue reading. You answer an email. You try to remember what your life felt like before those 4 notes entered it. But the whistle continues. And now you face a problem. You cannot ask the person to stop too early because then you seem unreasonable. You also cannot wait too long because every repetition makes your eventual reaction less proportionate. By minute 1, you are mildly annoyed. By minute 3, you are monitoring the pattern. By minute 7, you have developed a case. And yet, the whistler remains protected. Because whistling is coded as cheerful. A person who whistles is not making noise. They are in a good mood. They are just passing the time. They are experiencing a small, private joy that happens to be audible from every corner of the building. So when you object, you are no longer asking someone to stop making a piercing, repetitive noise. You are asking them to stop being happy. This is the trap. The whistler gets to occupy the room acoustically. You get to decide whether defending your peace is worth appearing hostile to joy itself. And your options are terrible. You can say nothing and keep listening. You can leave, surrendering the room to the person who turned it into an unsolicited performance space. You can put on headphones, altering your behavior because someone else decided silence was insufficient. Or you can confront them. This is where the plausible deniability becomes almost flawless. Would you mind not whistling? The whistler stops and looks surprised. Oh, I didn't realize it was bothering anyone. This is an extraordinary statement from a person whose entire activity depends on being heard. Whistling is a sound created by directing air through pursed lips specifically so that it travels. The whistle has reached you, the hallway, 2 offices, and possibly a nearby parking garage. But somehow, its creator had no idea anyone else might notice. Now the whistler may seem embarrassed, perhaps even wounded. They were simply enjoying themselves. You have introduced negativity. You have taken a pleasant moment and made it uncomfortable. The person who produced the unwanted noise can now feel victimized by the person who acknowledged it. This is the passive-aggressive genius of whistling. It provokes without declaring itself a provocation. It irritates without admitting that irritation is possible. And it places the burden of confrontation entirely on the person who did not start it. Of course, not every whistle is an act of psychological warfare. A brief whistle outdoors is probably harmless. Whistling to call a dog has a purpose. Whistling alone at home is between you and the walls. The issue begins when a private impulse becomes a public broadcast. Shared spaces require small acts of restraint. We do not sing every thought. We do not tap every rhythm. We do not read every message aloud. We recognize that other people are present and did not consent to becoming an audience. Whistling ignores this agreement while remaining just innocent enough to escape judgment. You are not irritated because you hate music. You are not bitter because another person seems cheerful. You are reacting to an uninvited sound that has taken control of your attention while denying that it has done anything at all. Most whistlers are probably innocent, but so are many people who stand in doorways, stop at the top of escalators, or take both armrests. Intent is not always the issue. Sometimes another person has simply made their lack of awareness everyone else's problem. So yes, whistling may be cheerful, it may be unconscious, it may be completely free of malicious intent. but it remains the perfect passive-aggressive sound, irritating enough to provoke you, innocent enough to defend, and cheerful enough to make your objection seem like a character flaw. The verdict: technically innocent, spiritually hostile. The whistler gets to make the noise. You get to become the problem,